this is Ted McFall from McFall Bee Yard. Today I wanted to show you a problem that beekeepers can sometimes have called laying workers. That's when your hive goes queenless and then you have either one or several of the young bees think that they can take her spot even though they're unmated and they can't propagate a colony, but they think they can, and so they try laying eggs, and of course everything is unfertile, so everything becomes drone. And they can really mess up a colony. So there's a few ways to fix this. I totally forgot about this particular colony, unfortunately, and I just noticed that I wrote on here that it needs a queen, and somehow I guess life happens and I forgot that I needed to requeen this one, and so I have what is known as a laying worker situation. So we still have bees, but a few of these, at least one, but probably several of them, have become laying workers. So if you look down in the cell, you can actually see multiple eggs. There's not just one egg at the bottom of each cell. There's going to be several. There's going to be 3, 4, because the laying worker doesn't know how to lay eggs. They lay several, and of course all those will end up being drone layers. So some people would take a colony like this and euthanize it and wipe out the whole colony. I know a lot of local people do that, but that's really a waste of bees, because a lot of these bees are not the culprit. A lot of these bees are not the laying worker. And so what you can do is just take the entire colony just a couple hundred yards away and shake them. And whenever you shake them, this one's just a bunch of nectar and stuff. When you shake them, you can actually keep the laying worker away, because what happens is the laying worker is going to be a young bee that doesn't know any better. So they think, oh, we're queenless, you know what, I can be a queen, and then their little ovaries start to develop, and then before you know it, the other bees recognize that youngster as the queen. So it's unfortunate, but it happens sometimes. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go out a couple hundred yards. I'm going to shake all these bees, and the laying worker has never been outside the hive, so they don't know where to go. And also the ovaries are developed, so it makes it difficult for the queen to fly, for the laying worker to fly. And so yeah, all you need to do is shake them away, and then I can either put the hive back. In this case, I'm probably just going to remove the hive completely, and then just let the other workers beg their way into the other hives, because that's what they'll do. There's other ways you can deal with this problem. I could combine this with a strong hive, and the strong hive would keep the laying worker from laying. There's different ways of fixing this problem, but luckily I caught this problem before it made my wax all wonky, because eventually it would all become like drone spots, drone cells, and it would mess up my wax and stuff. So luckily I caught it before that. Unfortunately, I didn't requeen this before they started making laying workers. But anyway, I'm gonna fix this problem. It's not too hard of a fix, because like I said, the ones that are laying workers, they're not gonna know how to get back here. So they're just gonna the laying worker is just gonna die somewhere, and all the other bees are just gonna come and fly back here. And in this case, I'm just gonna remove the whole colony, and they'll just beg their way into other hives. So I just shook the bees on the other side of a building a couple hundred yards away, to kind of make it difficult for a lot of them to come back. And of course this is where the hive was, and you know, it's not here anymore, but you see them already moving in to the neighbors over here. And even if the laying worker were to find their way back, this hive is strong enough that it's not going to allow a laying worker to lay any eggs. So you see that bright orange pollen right there. It's beautiful. And you can see the bees up fanning. You see their tails up in the air, and they're flapping their wings real fast. They're trying to spread that pheromone and try to let their friends know, hey, come over here, guys. So anyway, all those bees will have a new good home now, and they'll have a queen right colony, and so they'll be good workers, creating new honey and stuff for their new hive, for their new spot. So all's well that ends well. Ted McFall from McFall Bee Yard.